The following paid program does not necessarily reflect the views of this station, its staff, or iHeartMedia.
It's time to enter the world of real estate in Oahu with Hawaii's only true real estate radio show, the Team Lally Real Estate Show. Grab a pen and get ready to take notes. For the next full hour, Hawaii's premier real estate leader, Adrienne Lally, and Attilio Leonardi will bring you the latest in real estate news and real-world strategies on how they can guarantee to sell your home at a price and deadline you agree to, or they'll buy it. Now, here are your hosts, Adrienne and Attilio.
Welcome to the Team Lally Real Estate Show, home of the Guaranteed Sold program, or we'll buy it. If you have any real estate questions, you can reach us at 799-9596. That's 799-9596, or on the web at teamlally.com.
Hey, everybody, this is Attilio. I was at Pokai Bay, Waianae side, paddling some canoe. And this lady, I was in the second seat position. She was in the third seat position. And those of you who paddle canoe, you know what that means. She tapped me on the shoulder, started asking me a bunch of tax and legal questions. And I said, hey, those are great questions. Highly recommend you seek the appropriate licensed professional. And then I did say, but Mom, what other questions do you have for me? And I know you always ask, what was your mom doing out there? She actually paddles canoe, but Sunday mornings. Every morning she's out there. She always invite me. I will make it out there, Mom, one of these mornings at the 8 a.m. Pokai Bay to go paddle canoe with the adults.
As long as she doesn't ask you any tax or legal questions.
Yeah, no tax or legal questions. Just she's going to say, hup, ho, and that means you switch sides and paddle with the other on the other side of the canoe. So if you hear anything on the show, sounds like legal advice, who should they run that by?
They should run that by the attorneys with hearts.
And anything that sounds like tax advice?
They should find a local tax professional and run it by them.
Yeah, maybe Travis Branch.
They can give him a call. We had him on a couple weeks ago. He had a very interesting statement.
Yeah, he says paying taxes is voluntary.
Yep. So anyways, if you want to find out more about that, you can always give us a call and we'll put you in touch with them.
Or check us our website. Send us an email. Check out our website. You should check it out anyway. It's very user-friendly. You can look at listings from all over the state. Teamlally.com. That's Lally.
All right. So I have some quotes from some comedians today.
Okay.
All right. So the first one's from Jim Carrey. Behind every great man is a woman rolling her eyes.
Okay.
All right. The next one is from Robin Williams. Why do they call it rush hour when nothing moves?
And that would be the late Robin Williams. We miss him. He was funny.
He was.
Super funny. A lot of energy.
All right. And then the last one is from Chris Rock. There are only 3 things women need in life: food, water, and compliments. But you know what? I think that everybody needs compliments, not just women.
Yeah.
But that's what Chris Rock has to say.
What about shoes?
Shoes. Yes, I would have to say shoes. I have a challenge with shoes. I'm like always wanting new ones. All right, so I think it's now time.
Well, wait, hold on.
Yep.
You know what time it is? It's time to let people know that we need people to join our team.
Okay.
If you are someone that's a superstar, you know, this is, and again, I'm going to be very serious when I'm telling you, we're not even going to go with the script that we usually have for Join Team Lally. It's going to be straight up talk. If you are somebody that you're willing to go to a situation with a client and get no 4 or 5 times, by the way, I think it's something like less than 8% of the agents or people in sales.
8% of just the population in general.
Population in general will go past the 4th. No, and it's not like you're putting someone in a headlock and forcing them to do something. You're just getting them to realign in a direction. You're not persuading somebody to do something they don't want to do. You're just getting them to come along.
Yes.
Okay.
So if you're in the top 8%, call us.
If you are not, do not call us, because here's the very first question I'm going to ask you before you even have an opportunity to interview us. It's going to be a phone interview, and I'll prep you for the question. First question I'm going to say, our ad specifically said, do not call us unless you're a rock star, top producer. Tell me why we should interview you. And literally within the first 60 seconds, you're going to have to convince us that you're worthy of an interview. That's the type of person we're looking for.
So go check out jointeamlally.com, and you can get additional information there on how you can get on the phone with myself or Attilio.
I'm going to read your mind. You're thinking, why 60 seconds? Listen, folks, when you're in sales and you're calling somebody, You got about 5 seconds
Yeah.
to develop rapport with them before they think, oh, telemarketer, click. What's his name? Jerry Seinfeld. Do you know what he tells telemarketers? Could you hold on a minute? I'm right in the middle of dinner. Can I get your home phone so I can call you back?
In the middle of your dinner?
Yeah, that's what he tells telemarketers. Could you hold on for a minute? I need your home phone number. Can I call you back during dinner? Because I'm right in the middle of mine. How are you going to deal with that one?
You laugh.
We laugh, but we'll teach you. We'll teach you.
All right, so we have the VA tip of the week.
Yes, from Brandi.
We have Brandi with Hawaii VA Loans calling in with the VA tip of the week. Are you there, Brandi?
Hello, Brandi.
I am. How are you?
Always great.
So thanks so much for calling in. So tell us, what is the VA tip of the week?
So I just wanted to share a little bit about the VA funding fee and who's eligible.
Okay.
Of course, active duty service members who have completed a tour of duty and they are eligible for the VA home loan.
Mm-hmm.
And then, of course, for those National Guard and reserves, if you have served 181 days during peacetime and 90 days during wartime, or 6 consecutive years in the reserves of the National Guard, you are also eligible.
You know what I would tell people? I'm a slow learner. That was a lot of information. That was like 3 different categories there.
Yes,
I would just tell them, if you were in the military somehow, just call Hawaii VA Loans.
Absolutely.
Because there's a lot of people that would call and say, well, I'm not sure if I'm eligible. We'll call and find out. Talk to Brandi. She's an expert.
Yeah, it's very easy for us to find out your eligibility.
Okay. You want to expand upon that little tip, or you have another tip?
Well, one of the things that, that's beneficial to you with the VA home loan is that you don't have to pay private mortgage insurance, which could be really expensive.
Yes.
And so the benefit to using the VA loan is that we are allowed to, reduce some of your closing costs. The funding fee is what you're charged in lieu of the private mortgage insurance.
Okay.
And that actually gets rolled into your loan, so you don't have to pay that extra private mortgage insurance on top of your loan.
That funding fee, can you give us an idea of what it would be?
Sure. The funding fee for active duty service members is 2.15% of the loan.
Okay.
And then for National Guard and Reservists, it's 2.4% of the loan. And, of course, if you've used it before, there is a chance that you still have remaining eligibility.
Okay.
And so for subsequent use of the VA home loan, you have to pay a 3.3%. And those are all assuming that you don't put any money down.
Okay.
Because if you put money down, then that funding fee can be reduced.
Oh, wow.
Now, Brandi, is there any instance when the VA funding fee would be waived?
It absolutely would. In cases that you are more than 10% disabled, then that funding fee would be waived.
You know, I always say, ask a question where you know the answer. We knew that.
Yeah, of course.
Well, and then I also want to speak to the 10% disability. I know that, my husband, he was in the Coast Guard, and he got out, and now he's reservist. And, I mean, just like 10% disability is, could be very, very minor kind of things that have happened to you while you're serving the country. Yeah. So, I mean, I think he's up to maybe 60 or 70% with all the work-related injuries.
Yeah.
So.
Waive that funding fee. That's a lot of
money.
That's a lot of money.
So, if you have that service-connected disability, it's very important to share that with your VA lender.
Now, again, you folks out there, don't try to figure all this out. Don't even go on their website, which is very user-friendly, but just give Brandi a call. Brandi, what's a good number for them to call for this type of help?
Our number at Hawaii VA Loans is 792-4251.
All right. For the people that just reached for the pen and they heard it, 792-4251. That's 792-4251. And
then the best website is hawaiivaloans.com.
All right, Brandi, what you doing today for fun?
I'm actually going to go take my daughter dress shopping for a banquet.
Ooh, cool. Was she going to prom or something?
Yeah, I guess it's a sophomore banquet.
Sophomore banquet. Hey, I thought those are like ice cream socials. You just show up in jeans and T-shirts. Is she just trying to get new clothes out of you? No, I'm just kidding.
Probably.
Yeah. But no, hey, that's like a mini version of a prom, so that's good.
Right.
No limo, right? No limo to the sophomore banquet? Okay.
No.
All right. Well, enjoy your shopping and the rest of your weekend. And remember to call Brandi over there at Hawaii VA Loans to understand more about your eligibility.
Thank you, Brandi.
All right. Thanks, guys.
All right. case you missed it again. Their number is 792-4251. Check out their website, hawaiivaloans.com, if you're feeling in a veteran state of mind. They have classes going on all the time. They have a very user-friendly website. There's video testimonials, ebook.
There's like video instructions from that. What is it? VA Joe.
VA Joe. They even have an avatar.
Yes.
His name's VA Joe.
All right. So we have, this is the time in the show where we talk about our property management tip of the week.
Okay.
But Duke is busy with the client, helping them to sign a management agreement. So he's not going to be able to call in.
Yep.
But I do have a testimonial that came in this past week, and I just wanted to share it with our listeners, just from some very happy clients. All right, so this one is from Dina. Duke is the best property manager ever. My husband and I just bought a brand new, beautiful home on the golf course, and we were looking for the right tenants to rent our home to. He understood and appreciated our concerns for care and upkeep of our never lived in home, and he treated it as if it was his own. He found the right tenants, and they too seemed to be happy with both the home and Duke. We love him so much, we have asked him to manage our other property as well. He's great at communicating with both the homeowner and the tenant, quick at responding to phone calls and emails too. His office support, Claire, is wonderful as well. So this was a review that was left on the Yelp accounts for Duke and Claire. So
I always tell people, you're in front of your house and the Manapua truck is coming by, check them out on Yelp.
Yeah.
You can check everybody out on Yelp.
Yeah.
Maybe your new boyfriend. Maybe he's got some negative Yelps. Maybe you want to steer clear. On that last date, he went double Dutch, and then his credit card didn't go through, and I had to pay for the whole thing. He gets a one-star Yelp. Anyway, check out Yelp. You can't, there's no way to juke that thing. It is real, genuine, authentic responses from actual real clients.
These are real clients, yes, and they're very happy, so check it out, and we'll share more in future shows because he's got a bunch of them on there. Anyway, check out his website. He's got a rent guarantee. What's that? So basically, if he doesn't rent your home in 30 days at the agreed upon rent, then he'll pay it. He'll pay that first month's rent. He's going to pay it. Put his money where his mouth is. Put his money. He's so confident that he'll be able to give you a couple of things he's going to do with this initial consultation. He's going to give you a rental analysis. What does that entail? So he's going to take a look at the home, the market, the home, things that could be done to the home to increase the rental amounts. He's going to advise you on what's the best return on investment and tell you a range, best case, worst case, and what's going to rent it out quicker and if it's going to sit. Now, some of you homeowners out there, you property owners, you're like, man, it's tight right now. The funds are, I've had, maybe $50 positive cash flow. Haven't really been able to develop a reserve on this property. And you're going to need some repair that he recommends. He will actually fund to a certain point. We're not talking a total remodel here, folks, but he'll fund to a certain point and then get reimbursed out of the rent. Yep. Well, I want to give a quick testimonial because Duke manages one of my properties. And he just actually rented out my townhouse over in Ocean Point, and he's gotten the most amount of rent that we've ever been able to get. Plus, he got it on a 2-year lease term. So when you have less turnover, that's more profit in the owner's pocket. So I was very excited. Yeah, and then we have some great tenants that he was able to secure. Hey, folks, that is the value. That is how he earns his keep day in and day out, by getting a good quality tenant at the best possible rental rate for that market will bear. And he's going to manage it and take care of all the headaches. David Kiyosaki, Rich Dad, Poor Dad, says this: if you don't like owning rental properties because of the hassle of managing it, he says increase the rent and have somebody else do it for you. And that's Duke. And that's Duke. So give him a call. That's 445-9223. 445-9223, or check them out at kwhipm.com. One of the unique things that we're going to do for our consultations when you sit down with us is we're not automatically going to talk to you about selling your place. We will put in there and say, hey, have you thought about renting it? And we're going to have Duke give you a rental analysis. That's right. All right, so we're going to take a short break, but when we come back, we have a very special guest that's going to be joining us, one of our favorite insurance agents, Bradley Maruyama. So don't go too far because he has some very important information that will change your life forever.
It's your friend Sean Hannity, and I can tell you firsthand from moving across this great country that bad advice from your real estate agent can cost you time and a whole lot of money. You, however, have a great team of great Americans right there in your backyard that puts their money where their mouths are and takes the stress out of selling a home. I'm talking about Adrienne Lally and Attilio Leonardi of Team Lally at Keller Williams Realty. They have a system for attracting buyers that's so effective they can guarantee to sell your home at a price and a deadline that you agree to, or will have it bought for cash. Now, how can they do this? Simple. The average realtor sells less than 10 homes a year and attracts a handful of buyers a month. Now, Adrienne and Attilio spend thousands of dollars every month to attract hundreds of buyers and help sell your home for 18% more money than the traditional agent. Now, they are so confident that you'll be happy, they also offer you a one-day listing agreement. Now, if they don't live up to their guarantees, they let you out of the contract. No questions asked. Adrienne and Attilio's outsell 99% of the agents in Hawaii by targeting both local and out-of-state buyers. Call the agents that I personally recommend. That's Adrienne Lally and Attilio Leonardi of Team Lally at Keller Williams Realty at 799-9596. That's 799-9596. Or online at guaranteedsale.com.
Are you a veteran interested in purchasing a home? If so, you qualify for the great benefits allowed by the VA Home Loans Program. Benefits like no down payment required, reduced closing costs, and flexible qualifying guidelines.
Hawaii VA Loans is Hawaii's VA loan specialist who can educate you on all these benefits and help you get on track with being pre-approved for a VA loan.
For more information on how you can tap into this great resource, go to hawaiivaloans.com to download their free 24-page ebook. As a special bonus, after downloading the informative guide, you'll be instructed on how you can earn $1,000 closing cost credit on your next home purchase.
So what are you waiting for? Get your free VA loan ebook and earn $1,000 closing credit by going to hawaiivaloans.com or give them a call at 792-4251. That's 792-4251.
Hi, I'm Adrienne.
And I'm Attilio.
There are a lot of choices out there.
It's important to make the right choice when it comes to a realtor.
This client felt they made the right choice.
We'd like to share their thoughts with you.
I would say that Team Lally is more professional. Also, they are more thorough. They provide more than just, their services are excellent. They'll provide you with other services. They keep you updated, let you know what's going on. I was never I was never lost as far as knowing what went on, but every step of the way they kept in touch and let me know what's going on. I would have no problem referring them.
When you're trying to find the best of the best, don't settle for an agent that's just like the rest. Pick a team that knows just what to do. From buying or selling, we work hard for you. Team Lally, the best real estate in the islands. 227-2703.
If you're looking for an outstanding insurance agent that will personally help you during the moment of truth, we recommend Brandi Maruyama with Allstate Insurance.
So, Attilio, what do you mean by the moment of truth?
Well, the best insurance is the insurance you never have to use, but we know that's not how life works. So when life happens, you can count on Bradley and his team to exceed your expectations for your insurance needs.
Keep in mind that when buying a home, the cost of home insurance should be taken into consideration. I trust Bradley with my own personal home, so you should give him a call. Call Bradley with Allstate Insurance at 591-8016. Welcome back. This is Adrienne.
And this is Attilio.
And you're listening to the Team Lally Real Estate Show, home of the Guaranteed Sold program, or we'll buy it. If you have any real estate questions, just give us a call at 799-9596 or on the web at teamlally.com.
Hey, everybody. Here's your telemarketing tip of the week. Stand up when you talk. If you don't notice, I'm standing up right now, and I probably sound like a totally new person. Speaking of sounding like a totally new person, we have our most awesome...
We have a new person.
We have a new person. His name is Brandi Maruyama with Allstate Insurance. He has a team.
He does. He has an extensive team throughout the states.
You know what was awesome about Bradley? I'm one of his clients. He invited me to go watch, I think it was Lord of the Rings, one of the episodes, The Hobbit.
Mm-hmm.
And he booked the whole theater for us. Man, it was packed. He even bought us popcorn and soda.
Oh, wow.
I don't know about your previous insurance agents. I signed up for the thing, never heard from them.
We hear from Bradley all the time.
And Bradley invited me to a movie with my kids.
I actually heard from Bradley yesterday because I had
All
a
right.
little leaky issue. He truly does stand behind his insurance services. So,
All right, Bradley, you there?
I'm here.
All right, thank you so much for coming on the show. So, Adrienne, you got some...
oh, I just want to say, so this is Bradley Maruyama with Allstate Insurance. You just heard his commercial spot right before we came back from the break.
Here's the real deal. Now
Here
he's
he
live
is.
on the radio. So, Bradley, tell us about your history and your company and your team there.
All right. So just a little background about myself. I've been in the business now for 10 years. Started my first location on Baratania Street, right across the main police station, so Baratania and Ward. I'm currently, I got 9 licensed agents on the team. And the reason why we like to say the team and the amount of agents I have, our goal is to make sure that our phone calls don't go to voicemail.
Mm-hmm.
And when you are in need for a billing problem or a claim or you're just in distraught and need help, the 9 licensed agents makes us very accessible.
Yes.
A lot of them have over 20 years experience, so the team not only has experience with customer service, but with the knowledge of insurance as well.
Now you have a team here on Oahu, and then you have a team also
On Kauai.
on Kauai.
Mm-hmm.
Correct. My Kauai location is located right on Rice Street, 5 minutes from the airport. Walking distance, I'm right across the street of the Kauai County Rotunda building. So yeah, I have 2 locations, one on Oahu and one on Kauai.
All right, so that's on Rice Street, which is right between Spam Musubi and teriyaki, beef teriyaki.
Yes,
I'm just creating a memory hook there, putting it to the food. Rice Street, 2
Right.
Scoops Rice Street. Go see their team over there because their level of service is the same over there on Kauai.
Yes, I got a real good team out there, good office manager, and the mentality of both teams is that they really care about the clients. They want to make sure that if there is a problem, that they got results or an answer within a 24-hour time period.
Yeah.
Now, Bradley, besides having the phone never go to voicemail and having a team, is there anything else that really differentiates your Allstate team from the other insurance
Other
providers?
Allstate teams and or other
State Farm or
insurance
the other
companies.
insurance?
Yeah.
Yeah, so, like how we always speak when I go out to your office,
Yep.
I feel what makes us so different is the claims process, because we all feel that insurance, you're just paying premiums and it's just a piece of paper and it's a bunch of jargon until the moment of truth happens when you have a claim and you have a loss and what am I going to do? Is this covered? I'm getting sued. My tenants, I'm losing rent because my tenants can't stay in the condo while the water's being remediated. So we feel that what makes us different is that the agent, gets really involved in the claims process. So a good example, a recent success story on claims just came this past week. And, what I'll basically do first is I'll go over the problem, but I really want to touch upon the process that I go through. So this past week, there was a client. I try to check in weekly to see how the claim's going with the adjuster as well as with the client. Because if there is a problem, I can immediately ramify the problem and get involved. So this past week, there was a little miscommunication between the construction company, the claims adjuster, and the client.
Mm-hmm.
So I went into the file. I called the adjuster, got the information. I called the remediation company that's not only taking care of the water but the construction. And I called the client, and I found that there was a small problem. The client and the construction company got all the sufficient money to take care of the claim. But the client was still confused, didn't want to schedule a time because they felt that all the money wasn't given yet. After doing all my research, the checks were being sent directly to the construction company.
Mm-hmm.
And so the client did not know that the money was already given to the construction company. So in their mind, they're saying, well, there's still no money yet. I don't want to go ahead with the claim until I'm 100% clear of what's going on. So having a direct contact with an agent, getting involved that was able to take care of the problem within an hour, the claim was booked and construction is starting today. So it was a unit in Marco Polo. They were losing rent. They got peace of mind. They're happy. Should be done in a week, and their renter will be back in there within a 10-day period since a problem occurred.
So Bradley, with your excellent communication and checking in with everybody that was involved, it sounds like you're able to move this along a lot quicker than
having it stalled out and everybody stressing out. I think one of the keys is Bradley, he made sure that the guy who owned the construction company wasn't driving one brand new Ferrari.
Oh, absolutely. We try to use our preferred contractors that the adjuster works with daily. So a lot of times if we're going to refer a contractor, it is somebody that is a preferred vendor with Allstate. Background checks, making sure that they don't have any bankruptcies and so forth.
Gotcha.
I did, since we're on the claims, I think what's very important, especially with you guys being in real estate, is knowing the process of the most common claim, which is water damage. So if you don't mind, I'll do 3 minutes of a process that our office currently does. So the process, client calls me up and says, Brad, there's water in my unit. So calmly, you got to find out how much water. Now, Attilio might say tons of water, and that same loss, Adrienne might say, no, there's not much water. So the first thing I like to do is, number one, I personally like to go and inspect to see if I'm available, how much water is too much water.
Mm-hmm.
Because sometimes somebody will say a lot of water, and I go there, and it might be a bucket. And some people may say, there's not much water, and the whole washing machine hose is spitting out water.
Yeah.
So the first thing I do is, okay, how much water? If I can signify that it's a lot of water, shut off the water source. First thing you do. Once the water source is shut off, no matter if insurance is going to pay for it or if it's got to come out of your pocket, you have to call a water extraction team. The water needs to immediately be sucked out because there could be further problems with mold and mildew.
Yeah.
So first thing, stop the water source from leaking water. The next thing, call a water remediation company.
Yeah.
Once that's set, I put in a claim. I give the water extraction team the claim number so they can bill Allstate or the insurance company you're with. Then I like to always follow up with a call the following day. Hey, Attilio, did you get a call from our claims office?
Mm-hmm.
Did everything go smoothly? Did you feel uncomfortable? Did you think they did great service? Because at that point, I can either intervene and say, hey, Mr. and Mrs. Claims Adjuster, so-and-so still doesn't understand the whole process and what's next. Can you please call Attilio back and just give them a timeline of what's going to happen next?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so once that's going along, everything's going fine. The following week, I like to follow up one more time and say, hey, Attilio, is the contractors in there or they're not in there? Did you get your check to change your carpet? Did you not get the check? Because if I waited 2 weeks and Attilio is still waiting in his condo and his tenant can't get back in there, he's not going to be too happy. So a day after, a week after, and once the construction is completed, I want to call him one more time and say, Attilio, how did you like the service?
Yeah.
And most insurance companies don't do that. So I feel that process is the peace of mind, the moment of truth, and I think that's what makes us different. And without my team helping me do the daily operations, I'm not able to go out to the job site.
I think what people need to realize, too, is you're an independent contractor, so the claims is through the main company, the main corporation, Allstate, correct?
Correct. So we have a claims office in Kapolei, and we also have a support team in Seattle and Oregon.
Yeah.
And sometimes there can be communication or cultural problems.
Yeah.
That's why it's so important that I get involved, because if there ever is a miscommunication of language, I'm able to correct it right away.
I think what people need to know, it's Allstate on the top, but the underlying foundation of the level of customer service that you're providing is Team Maruyama, and that's why you guys are calling the client. How did that call go with the claims adjuster? You're reaching out and extending you guys' level of service to make sure that it's consistent.
So Bradley, if we have some listeners that want to get a quote from you guys or, interview you to be their new insurance provider, what's the best way for them to do that?
Okay, the best contact number is area code 808-591-8016.
Okay.
Right.
For the listeners out there that are very loyal to Team Lally, I would love to give you my cell phone number. It's area code 808-651-6597.
Right on.
Adrienne and Attilio have been team members with my team for several years now, and I couldn't highly recommend their team any more than what you guys already feel about them. But they're great realtors, very knowledgeable, always willing to learn. So that's what makes Team Lally and Maruyama of Allstate so compatible.
Good partnership.
Thanks for listening today, everybody.
I wanna leave you with a story. Talking about water damage. When you call up Susie and Susie says, every time I take my husband for Mexican food and we eat the grande chimichanga and he come home use the restroom, the toilet overflows. So that's a difference. You got to know, is it a short water damage situation or is it ongoing? And then maybe the solution is stop getting the grande chimichanga and go to the keiki menu. So anyway.
All right, so Bradley, was there anything more that you wanted to share with our listeners that they should be aware of before we let you go for the weekend?
Yeah.
I recently we just got an email that there's been over 120 wind claims this past week from the winds on the east and the windward sides of the islands of Maui and Oahu.
Last weekend, right?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So first thing to do as well. We've put in claims because, the clients can see all the shingles on the ground. But if you're curious, call a roofing company to do an estimate. If they do see damage from the wind, by all means, call the company up, put in a claim so the adjuster can better adjust the problem and you can fix your roof, because you don't want it to go 2 or 3 years down the line. Your roof has been damaged and now you have interior damage. It's a much bigger claim than trying to fix it today.
We just had last weekend, it was appropriate for the high wind, AAA roofing. Their thing is if you don't call them during the roof damage, then it's your own darn asphalt shingle. That's their tagline. And that's the first thing they said is call us. And then they actually work hand in hand with the insurance company. So we need to make an introduction of them to you all. Solid local company, Tony. It was Tony, Benji, and Robert, right? They're the husband and wife that owns this roofing company, and solid roofers. Right.
In claims with them, and they have done a great job.
Good. Alrighty.
I'm actually going out to 2 claims next week with our home adjuster.
Okay.
Just to expand the knowledge, I've been to these types of claims before, but I think it's, you can never stop learning, to see how bad the damage was from just these winds that we had this past week.
Yeah. They said it had everything, trees falling on stuff, people who had delayed fixing their roofs, all the tarps all gone.
Right.
And, everybody's calling. It's like for, with you guys, don't want to, people should call you for taking a look at their insurance, because when we start taking a look at it is when the roof caves in.
Correct. A lot of people don't. They fail to let the insurance companies know that there's PV panels. Very important that if you have PV panels, that you call your insurance company and make sure that it is covered when we have these types of winds. You don't want to find out after the fact that you didn't notify us about your PV panels being added to your roof,
and it wasn't covered.
So, very important. That you let your insurance company know if you do have PV panels on your roof.
I can tell you, if PV panels not covered by insurance, that's the sad face in the text message.
Right.
It's not good.
And I think the last thing, I had a question that was sent to me from Adrienne.
Yep.
You guys don't only do real estate sales, but you guys do property management. So my property management tip of the day, people often say, why do I need insurance for my condo? Since it already has a condominium master insurance on it, master policy insurance on it. So some things that could happen, rent loss is many times covered in these condominium homeowners rental policies, if you are liable for an appliance breaking internally in the unit, and we have to go and replace the cabinets and carpet, all the upgrades will be done through your personal lines policy. What's also important as a renter is to get renter's insurance, because if you're liable for leaving the water faucet on, it's not the owner of the unit that caused the damage. It's you, the renter, that was negligent or liable for leaving that tub water on while you went to eat dinner at Ruth Chris, and now it floods 7 kitchens below. So renter's insurance policies may cost you $10 to $15 a month. Very worth it. Your personal belongings are covered as well as your liability. So for $10 a month, very reasonable to get renter's insurance.
Because that would be a very expensive cheesecake that you was eating, staying out there, Ruth Chris. And you brought up a good point. It's important to have a good agent like Bradley, because especially if you have a condo that has, and you're in the upper floors, and you got multiple units below you in the stack, that can be very expensive.
And that's very true. I recently did a claim 6 months ago, and it was a true story. They went to their pet dog urinated on the mat. They put it in a tub. They wanted to rinse the mat out. They turned on the water faucet in the tub, and they said, "We're late for church." It was a Sunday. "We're late for church." They ran out the door with the water running. The mat covered the hole, and it damaged 7 bathrooms below.
That's some expensive shishi.
But now it's not the liability of the owner of the unit, because the liability of the renter. They were the ones negligent and left the water running. So that's my renter's tip of the day.
But they had the renter's insurance, right?
They didn't have the renter's insurance, but it was a good lesson learned on both parties as well as myself, you know, to make sure that you just educate people that renter's insurance is very, very affordable.
Yeah, you think it's benefiting the renter, but it's also benefiting you, providing a layer of protection for you, the owner.
Just for like any kind of mistakes that could happen. So if you're renting out there or you have rental property, give Bradley a call and find out what he can do for you today.
All right, that number is 591-8016. Bradley, do you guys have a website that they can go to?
You can go to the allstate.com website.
Okay.
And you know, there's a ton of great Allstate agents. So if you go to allstate.com, you're more than welcome to use any of my colleagues. But again, my name is Bradley Maruyama, located in Honolulu as well as Kauai. And I have a direct email. It's my full name, Bradley Maruyama, Bradley. No dots or spaces. My last name is Maruyama, Maruyama, at allstate.com. Allstate with 2 L's. And if I said it too fast, check out Adrienne and Attilio's website. I should have a link on there.
You got a link on there on the preferred vendor site. And by the way, folks, we're not shamed for saying it. There is a difference with Bradley's Allstate company versus the rest. We can say it because we're clients. We have firsthand experience of his level of service. Bradley's got all my insurance. I would trust no other agent with my insurance. All right. Thank you, Bradley.
Well, thanks, Bradley. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. And
yeah, thank you so much. And you guys enjoy your weekend. And again, it's an honor to have you guys allow me on your radio show, and hope to see you guys soon. I'll see you guys this week.
Yes,
okay,
we'll
thank you, Bradley.
Okay, thank you.
Bye-bye.
All right, so we're going to take a really short break here, but when we come back, we have some...
we got Michelle.
We have Michelle with some coming soon properties.
You'll want to listen to her.
Yeah, and open houses, too.
Yep.
Well, went to them to sell our townhome there in Neva Beach. Didn't have any idea of what it was worth, what their asking price would be. Adrienne and Attilio came over, walked through the house, talked to us, and set the price. It was considerably higher than what I'd even imagined. They were very professional. They gave us ideas of how to make the house look better for the open houses and the video, and it sold fairly quick. I was surprised.
Oh, I got excellent results. This time I worked with Team Lally. I worked with her twice and actually was a buyer the first time and a seller the second time. And both times I had stellar service. All of my questions were answered. And I never had a day where I could not contact them. They're always available. The best service I've ever encountered in the real estate world. I was in a situation where I was moving back to the mainland, and it was about 30 days before I needed to leave, and I called Adrienne and said, "Can you sell my place?" She said yes, and she got it done before I left.
I got more than I expected. They set the price very correctly. They set it higher than I expected, and we got offers over the asking. It was surprising to me. They knew the market that well. They had excellent marketing. For example, they had a typical open house on a Sunday afternoon. You'll have probably 5 groups of people come through, but their marketing was so excellent. For example, taking a video of the place instead of just still pictures. That we had over 20 groups of people. We had only one open house. It was one Sunday. We had over 20 groups of people, and we had about 5 offers. And the lowest offer was asking price. All of them were over. In fact, we had an offer over asking price even before the first showing. When they came and viewed the property, they gave us the suggestions to what we need to do to make the house more marketable. And so just by following their advice, it worked. We had one showing, and it was all that was necessary. We had a number of offers. And we had to drop one offer to go to the second one. So having those multiple offers was a benefit.
They actually listen to you and care about your needs. They actually knew what we wanted and what we needed, and if we said this is what's going on with us, like they knew with our military status what was going on, and they were like, okay, well, this is what we're going to do. So they didn't give us heartache about the situation. They completely understand the military and what's going on with our lives. They looked out for our best interest. When we first went there, I mean, they weren't like, oh, we're going to make a buck and try and get you to market your house and sell it. They actually referred us to somebody to help rent our house out. And we talked to that lady extensively first before we even made our decision to market our house for sale. So, I mean, they're not there to just put your house on the market so they can make the money. They're actually there to help you make the right decisions for you.
Honestly, these days everyone's always trying to shove a house down your throat or, try to get you into something that you don't really want, especially car dealers and mostly realtors as well. Because they're out trying to make money. But with Team Lally, it was a different experience because she and Attilio understood what me and my husband were looking to do and which house we were interested in, and they didn't try to pressure us to look at anything else. They were just understanding, and they said, okay, if this is the house that you want, then we'll wait it out and see what happens. So we got the house that we wanted. So they're very professional, very knowledgeable, very respectful, and just a delight to work with. Once I met them, they're really great people, so I liked them right away.
After I spoke with them, I was very comfortable. I would say that Team Lally is more professional. Also, they are more thorough. They provide more than just, their services are excellent. They'll provide you with other services. They keep you updated, let you know what's going on. I was never lost as far as knowing what went on, but every step of the way they kept in touch and let me know what's going on.
Hi, I'm Barbara Corcoran. To sell your home on time for the most money, you need a sharp agent with a marketing strategy that creates the most demand. Bottom line, you need a partner willing to put their own money on the line for you.
In Hawaii, I would hire Adrienne Lally and Attilio Leonardi. Their marketing strategy is so effective that if your home doesn't sell on terms you agreed to, Team Lally will buy it.
Partner with the team I trust. Go online or call and get your home sold.
Party people!
Welcome back. This is Adrienne.
And this is Attilio.
And you're listening to the Team Lally Real Estate Show, home of the Guaranteed Sold program, or We'll Buy It. If you have any questions regarding real estate, just give us a call at 799-9596, or you can visit us at teamlally.com, and that's Lally.
Well, hey, everybody, let's go with Michelle. Michelle, are you there?
How is everybody doing?
We're always doing great. It's a beautiful Saturday here in Hawaii.
Mm-hmm. You took the words right out of my mouth. That was exactly what I was going to say. It's gorgeous outside today.
I know. All right, so what you got for us?
I've got a property coming on the market this next month, the beginning of the month, over in Clubview Estates in Kaneohe.
Okay.
It is a 5-bedroom, 3-bath home, just under 2,800 square feet. It's got a fenced-in yard, an extra building in the back that's already plumbed for electricity and plumbing, and it has, I believe, over 240 panels, the photovoltaic system.
Okay.
Pretty extensive system there, and the seller spared no expense with the kitchen, redid the kitchen, and it's absolutely gorgeous. Let's see, and then we're going to go to the other side of the island, which I'm sure is just as pretty today, over in Makakilo, Palahua Gardens. Hopefully I pronounced that correctly, because I know, Attilio, you will correct me.
Palahua.
Palahua.
It was pretty close, Michelle.
That was good, though.
Do what?
No, you're good.
Okay, so this one is a condo over there. It's about almost 1,200 square feet, 3 bedrooms, 1.5 bathrooms, and that one should be coming on the market within the next month.
Okay.
Awesome.
All right.
So if any of our listeners want to learn more about these coming soon properties, they can just give our buyer hotline a call. That's 234-4421, 234-4421.
Thanks, Michelle. All right.
Have a great day.
Thank you.
All right, you too.
Bye.
All right, for those of you folks listening, if you heard stuff in the background, we let our agents live their lives. So she was probably calling from the soccer field or something with her kids. But that's how we roll if you're part of Team Lally. Next is Angelique.
Hey, how's it going, everyone?
Good, good. I know you're out there enjoying this beautiful day, and you're going to be sitting in open house tomorrow. We're pulling up the information because I know you're mobile, and it's going to be in the Waikele area.
Yes, it is.
And well, what time are you going to be out there?
I'll be out there tomorrow from 2 p.m. to 5 p.m.
All right. I know the street is Puello Street, and just look for the signs.
I think it's a four bedrooms,
2.5 bedroom, 3 baths, 2 parking, single family home.
All right.
And it actually used to be the former model home.
Yeah.
So it has some nice upgrades in there, and even has a little bit of a peekaboo view off of the second story. So great home. All
right. So look for the signs tomorrow starting at 2 o'clock. Go visit Angelique out there in Waikele. And I'm sure she'll give you a awesome tour of the place and talk to you about doing business with Team Lally.
All right. Awesome.
All right. Thanks, Angelique.
Thanks, you guys.
All right. Enjoy.
Okay. You too.
All right. So next we have Ray.
Okay, Ray, you there?
Yes, I am. How are you?
Good, good, good. So tell us about your open house.
It's actually in Salt Lake at the Plaza Landmark complex.
Okay.
It's on Lakini Street, 5333 Lakini Street. Unit 1009, and that's tomorrow, Sunday from 2 to 5.
Okay.
Now, this is the first time that this home is being shown. It's a grand opening, open house.
Yeah, it's going to be super busy, I can imagine. I wouldn't be surprised if we got an offer that day tomorrow. And if you hear all that wind noise, Ray's on his Harley right now. He's part of a motorcycle club, and he's living his life today, too. Just like I'm in Poly Outlook. How did you know?
Yeah, see, I'm psychic. And you on your motorcycle?
Yes. Well, I'm not on it right this moment, but yes. It's here.
He's driving down the road, giving us his open house report from his wireless mic in his helmet. No. He's safe. He's over there. He's at the pulley lookout. He's not going over it.
No.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you. And then, so visit Ray tomorrow, 2 o'clock when it starts?
Yep.
2 o'clock. Yep. It's a 1-bedroom, beautiful location. Come check. A lot of nice upgrades. Please come check us out, okay?
All right. Thank you, Ray.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Now, again, that's the first open. This is not like one of 59 opens we did for this place. This is the first one.
Yes.
If you know anything about this way this market is going. Now, let's say you want to learn about these properties before this first open. You give us a call. At what number, Adrienne?
They can call us at 234-4421.
All right. Speaking of buyers and awesome buyer agents, we have Kaylee on the line. Kaylee, what's your open?
So I'll be sitting at a beautiful 2-bedroom, 2-bath condo in Makakilo, and it's at 92-1236 Palahia Street, number BB202. You'll see the sign, so just follow the signs. You'll meet me there. I'll be there from tomorrow from 2 to 5 p.m. And what's great about this property is it's newly remodeled, beautiful kitchen. It has stainless steel GE appliances, new cabinets, and granite countertops. And to top it off, it has a beautiful view. You can see Diamond all the way from Makakilo.
You know, Kelly, I was talking with you in the office the other day, and you said when you first walked into this unit, you laughed like a Japanese schoolgirl and put your hand over your mouth. You were so excited and impressed by this view that, and if you've ever seen Kelly laugh like a Japanese schoolgirl, it's a sight, just like this view.
Well, you could go visit him tomorrow, and he might laugh for you.
Anyway, hey, you know, here's something interesting about Kelly. He's fluent in Japanese. So if you're a Japanese buyer out there, you have relatives or people visiting from Japan, we have Kelly. He can speak Japanese. Say something in Japanese for us, Kelly.
はい。私のオープンハウスに来てください。絶対美しいコンドですよ。
Did you just, what'd you call my mama? No, I'm just kidding.
No. But one more note. Talk about move-in ready. This one's special amongst the rest. It includes all furniture and TVs with this property, and it's a very beautiful one. It's listed at $334,900. So everyone, if you're free, please come visit. I'll be there to greet you in Japanese, English, and Pidgin if you prefer.
So you're going to say, shoots? And so one more time, give them the invite in Japanese.
はい。私のオープンハウスに来てください。住所は921236 Palahia Street.
Okay, thank you.
Alright,
Domo arigato.
Mr. Romano, have a good one.
Okay, thank you, Kelly. All right, so we got 2 minutes left in the show, and for these 2 minutes, I want to reach out to those top producers, those superstars, those people that don't know how to take no for an answer or think that no means go. I'm talking to you right now. Come up to the radio. Come closer. Come a little bit closer. No, closer than that. All right, so we want you to go, if you are a superstar, top producer, we don't care if you got your license or even if you know anything about, if you're even in the real estate industry. We know that a successful top producing sales professional, I'm not talking about a salesperson, I'm talking about a sales professional. They will be successful no matter where they're at. I looked at real estate because it was a higher price point.
Mm-hmm.
And I wanted to put my skill sets together in helping serve people with the biggest decision of their lives, either selling or buying a home. So we take that process, we teach you how to do it, and we teach you how to be successful at it. We actually have a guarantee. What is it?
Okay, so it's a $60K guarantee.
No way! Did you say 60?
Yes, during that first year. And if basically if you don't make that amount of money, we're going to write you
We
a check.
spank you.
No, we'll write you a check for the difference.
No spanking?
But, you know,
okay.
We're pretty solid that if you follow our proven strategies and
here's
training,
what I'm going to tell you. You know why we're so confident in stating that? Because there's people that have been on our team have not necessarily done all of that, and they've made more money.
They've made double.
They made double that. To be honest.
Yes.
So you're listening to this show, you're doing sales in whatever company you're at, and you're like, man, this stinks.
Mm-hmm.
I want to change. Well, you're hearing it right now, serendipity, where it's opportunity. Opportunity is knocking. Go to the door, rip it off the hinges, and open it up and step in. It's called jointeamlally.com. Now, I'm going to tell you right now, top producer, and this is what I'm going to say in the phone interview. We're going to do a phone interview that's going to be about 5 minutes before you can actually come into an interview, and it's going to go like this. You've seen our ad. It says, do not call or even go to our information unless you're a top producer. Tell me why you are. Why do you deserve an interview? And you're going to tell me da-da-da-da-da. And then my second thing is going to be, I'm not hearing it. And you know what your response should be?
Are you deaf?
Are you deaf? Exactly. Because that's what a top producer would do. You're going to call me out. All right. So are we coming to the end of our super awesome real estate radio show?
Yeah, we are. We're about 10 more seconds and we'll be rolling out.
JoinTeamLally.com. If you're average, forget what I just said about that website. If you're below average,
close your ears.
Below average, don't even bother. But if you got that fire in your belly and you want to channel that into a top producing sales job, go to JoinTeamLally.com.
All right. Well, thanks for listening, and thank you to our sponsors.
Gabe Ame and Jim Owens of Hawaii VA Loans.
Mike Metz of Kama'aina Termite and Pest Control.
Bradley Maruyama with Allstate Insurance.
Jody Tonga and Derek Tonga of Pacific Rim Mortgage.
Kim and Tony Green with TK Green Home Inspections. If you want to get a hold of any of our sponsors, just go to teamlally.com.
We also want to give a big thank you to Jessica, our producer here in the studio.
Chee-hoo.
And make sure to tune in next week. We're going to have an awesome guest talking about something that'll change your life forever.
This is the Team Lally Real Estate Show, home of the guaranteed
Sold Program. If we can't sell your house at the agreed upon price and or time frame, we'll have it bought for cash.
Thanks and aloha!